Assalamu alaikum. We're with Jeff Rahim Bronner. This is Sunday, August 9th, 2015, for the teaching that Rahim Bronner is giving to the Minnesota community, inshallah.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, Pat, Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Nice to be with you. It's been a couple years since I've been up in Minneapolis, but look forward to coming back sometime. We have had a busy year at the Farm of Peace. Oh, my gosh. I've been executive director for the last year. Had no idea what I was getting myself into. And Salima said, come down. It'll be fun. And it's been a lot. And it's been wonderful. So welcome. For those of you who I know, for those of you who are new, I'm going to do a teaching on the wazifa, which is certainly not an introductory teaching, but I'm hopefully going to frame it in a way that will whet your appetite a little bit and inspire you a little bit. And I'll probably do a short intro to it, and then I'm going to do at least part of it, if not all of it. So let's begin with the elongation of the name, and then I will introduce myself a little bit, and then we'll get rolling. So everybody go ahead and close your eyes. If you don't know this, just sort of follow along. Muhammadan Rasulullah Layla illallah Layla illallah Layla illallah Ibrahim Rasulullah Layla illallah Layla illallah Layla illallah Musa Rasulullah Layla illallah Layla illallah Layla illallah Isa Rasulullah Alaihim Salatullah. My beloved Lord, my beloved God, I call to you now on our behalf. And Allah, I ask that you help us. Help our hearts and help our spirits. Help us always be with you, my Lord. We love you very much. Basir al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. So it's wonderful to be with you today. I was thinking about what to say. I've been a student of Shadaliya Sufism for 18 years, and when I think back to where I started, Jewish family, West Los Angeles, thought I was going to be a rabbi. My father got sick with lung cancer and actually died when I was only 18. And I really went on a search for why people get sick, what causes illness, and is there, I wasn't even looking for God. No one in my family believed in God. But I was looking for something. I was looking for answers to questions that weren't even fully formed in my heart. And if you search long enough, eventually you'll end up at God's doorstep. And I remember when I first, when Dr. Jaffe, when I first heard him speak, had no idea, A, that I was going to join, B, that he was going to be my teacher, or C, that it had anything to do with Sufism. And what was Sufism? Pat, can you give me a thumbs up if my audio, the sound is still okay? All right, good. So, you know, when I first heard Ibrahim speak in Los Angeles, it was like angels were blocking my ears. So I never heard the word Sufi, never heard anything that would have like turned me away. I just really liked Ibrahim. I was drawn to him. He asked me to come be a student of his, and I said yes. And so I got up to Northern California having no idea what I was getting myself into. And I'm in the parking lot, and I walk about 10 feet, and a man's wearing a kufi, and I'm like, wow, nice yarmulke, right? And then I go another, 20 feet, and a man's wearing a jalaba, and I'm like, oh, there's a man in a dress. Okay. And then I go another 50 feet, and someone starts doing the call to prayer. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. And I remember I literally said to myself, what the hell is this? And by the end of the call to prayer, I am like sprinting from my car and driving down the driveway. And that was my introduction to Shadaliya Sufism. So I have so much compassion for new people coming in, going, what is this? What am I getting myself into? And like everyone sends their worried spouses and relatives to me because I'm so easy with the whole thing. And, the fact that I hung in there, that I gave this a chance, that it really, healed my heart and changed my life. And I met my wife through this school and through this path. We now have a beautiful daughter. I have a career as a healer and a teacher. And it's in this thing that I never could have seen myself doing. And what mattered was I trusted Ibrahim. I found one person, one teacher I could trust, and I just did what he said. And so for those of you who know Abdullah, know some of the different teachers, find someone you trust, try the practices, especially if you're new, just try them and see what happens to your heart. And I remember this one day I was really triggered and my heart was upset and I decided to leave. I said, well, that's it, I'm leaving. I said, but just in case I shouldn't leave, let me go do this thing called tauba. And I remember hoping it wouldn't work, right? Because if it didn't work, then I was going to get in my car and drive away. And if it did work, and if these three magical words washed my heart and relieved my pain, then I'm like, I was going to have to take a deeper look at this whole thing. And that's actually what happened. And, you know, those three magical words, astaghfir Allah al-azim, can literally change your entire life. And it's one of our fundamental practices. And what it means is, dear God, please forgive me, or dear God, please wash this pain from my heart. And just repeating astaghfirullah al-azim, astaghfirullah al-azim. You do that for an hour, usually something magical happens. And, you know, so the fact that this path is a Middle Eastern Persian path, that all the prayers are in Arabic, that our guide, Sidi, is from the Middle East, like it's a culture shock for most of us. And yet at the same time, once you get below the exterior, there is an incredible beauty. And there's a sweetness and a goodness. And for me, there's a return to basic human qualities that a lot of our Western culture has lost. And you know, like our family, we just came back from the mall, went to a movie, went to lunch. I've been teaching all week. We had the year one university class. And for me, it's not a culture clash. The Shadaliya Sufism has brought a richness and a depth into my life that then lets me go out and enjoy everybody. And I feel like I can talk to Jews and Christians and Muslims and Buddhists and atheists. And, you know, Sidi sees everybody as God's children. And he teaches us to not make a separation between black and white, rich and poor, male and female, that there's no separation. And so anytime I find myself in judgment or in separation, I know there's something going on with me that I need to take a look at. And the poem that I'm going to read today, the Wazifa, it breaks down. It's the essential teaching. It's actually the only one remaining teaching of a Sufi master who was known as Ibn Mashish. Mashish was the teacher and the guide for a young man named Shadali who founded our path. And so basically this man named Shadali was wanting to become a perfected master. He wanted to open his own zawiya. He went searching for the Qutb, or the pole of Islam, and he went up onto this mountaintop and found this man named Mashish, who became his teacher. So I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a little bit of the introduction, and then I'm actually going to read the poem. I want to apologize ahead of time. My Arabic is certainly far from perfect. Are there any questions? Any questions as I get going, either for me personally or about Mashish or Shadali? If there's a hand, Abdullah, can you see if there's a hand? And I'm not quite sure how to call on someone. Abdullah, you're actually on mute.
Sorry about that. I've unmuted the center, and if anybody wants to ask a question, just speak up.
By show of hands, how many of you have read Wazifa before? Oh, alhamdulillah. Okay. So one of the biggest teachings is the way they met. And so here is Shadali, this young Sufi student, thinking he has it all together. He's pretty great, and he's going to go just hang out with this older dude for a little bit, and get some of his knowledge, and then go open his own place. And as he's walking up the mountaintop, City teaches us to empty our cup and to not bring a full cup to the teachings. And Mashish sort of puts him through the paces. So let me find where we are. I apologize. I lost my place for a sec. So Mashish meets him for the first time, and he says, "Have you made ablution or wudu?" When Abu el-Hassan, who is Shadali, answered him saying, "Yes," Mashish told him, "You cannot come to us in a state of impurity, return and make wudu." So Abu el-Hassan returned to the bottom of the mountain, remade his ablution, and climbed again to the mountaintop. And having reached the presence of the sheikh, asked him if he would accept him as a student. The sheikh replied, "I told you to return when you had purified yourself with the wudu or the ablution." Once again, Abu el-Hassan returned to the bottom of the mountain, and the meaning of his rejection turned in his heart until he was shown what was necessary for him to do, because he came to understand the meaning of this initial trial and test and the depth of the purification which it was necessary for him to make before he could enter into the path of Allah with this sheikh. This time, as he made his ablution, he emptied himself of everything that he knew or thought that he knew, or that he had learned and taken in from other teachers, and he destroyed all of his attitudes, pictures, and prejudices until he knew that he was left with only a vast space of nothingness inside of him, waiting to be filled. And he was totally surrendered to whatever this master, whom he desired with all of his being, would send him. Now he climbed once again to the top of the mountain, but before he had reached its very summit, he was met by the master, who greeted him by pronouncing his full line of descent back to the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi wasalam, and who now embraced him with the deep love of acceptance. He could find no words with which to return the greeting, but the master said to him, "If you wish to fetch water, you take an empty bucket to the well to do so. A full bucket has no room for water." With these words, he took his beloved student by the hand and filled him to overflowing with the holy water. Afterwards, Abu el-Hassan said, "Allah, I have washed myself of my knowledge and my actions, so that I do not recognize any knowledge or action except what comes to me by the hand of this sheikh." And the knowledge of this ablution has become the habitual practice, or sunnah, for all those who have followed after him, of the special ones of this holy path, because it is the only way to reach the knowledge of the reality, and the light from that meeting continues to pour out without ceasing to both the east and the west. So the book I'm reading from is a little book. It's very thin. It's a red book called Al-Weird, Ash-Shadali. It was one of the very early books that City wrote, and it's still one of my all-time favorites. It has a chapter on Shadali, a chapter on Mashish, and then the actual Wazifa. All right, so let's go to the poem. And it is said that this poem, the Wazifa, contains the entire path from the very beginning. So the beginning, the first station of the nafs, all the way through the nafs, the heart, the soul, and the secret, through Fana and Fana Baka, which is the first journey, or Fana Fila, then through Baka, which is the second journey, and all the way through the 7 journeys until the end of the path. And if you think about Mashish, who had 40 years as a Sufi master, and he put all of his entire life of teachings into this one poem. Okay, so everybody go ahead and close your eyes. Just let yourself take it in and receive it as deeply as you can. I'm going to read it in both the Arabic and the English. I'll do my best with the Arabic, and let's begin. Al-Wazifa al-Mashisha. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani ar-rajim. I take refuge in Allah from the devil who should be stoned. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate. Allahumma salli wa salam bi jami sunni fi zuhuri wal butuni. O Allah, send your blessing and send peace in all the affairs of the revealed and the hidden. Ala man minhu an shakati el asraru el kaminatu fi datihi il aliyati zuhuran. Upon the one from whom the secrets which were hidden in his lofty essence were left apart. One falakati el anwaru el muntawiyatu fi samai sifatihi sanayati buduran. And the lights which were hidden in the sky of his lofty qualities burst asunder into full moons. Wafihi ritakati el hakaiku minhu alayhi. And in him ascended the truths from him to him. Wa tanazalat ulumma adama bihi fihi alayhi. And the knowledge of Adam descended through him and upon him. Fa ajaza kulla mina el khalla iki fahmu ma udiya mina siri fihi. The understanding of the secret which had been put in him was made impossible for every other created thing. Wallahu tara'alati el fuhumu wa kulun ajuzu yakfihi. Whose understanding is very small, yet each one's inability to understand suffices him. Fadalika siru el masunu lam yudriku mina sabikunfi. And this is the preserved secret which none of us knew before he came into his presence. Wala yabluguhu lahikun ala sawabiki shuhudihi. And none who comes after him can reach his pre-existent witnessing. Fa'azima bihi min nabiyin riyadu el mulki wal malakuti bi zahri jamalihi zahiri munikatun. Magnified is the prophet whose glowing beauty blossoms the gardens of dominion and the world of the kingdom. Wahiyadu ma'alimi el jabaruti bi faidi anwari sirihi il bahiri mutadafikatun. And the reservoirs of the world of dominion pour forth in profusion the lights of his dazzling secret. Walla sayya ila wahuwa bihi manatun. And there is nothing which is not dependent upon him. Wa bisirihi sariyi mahutun, and which is not encompassed by his all-pervading secret. Id la el wasitatu fi kulli su'udin wa hubutin. Because if he were not the mediator in every ascent and descent, lad hahaba kamakila el masutu, then as it is said, the mediated would disappear. Salatan taliku bika minka elehi. Bless him, a blessing worthy of you, from you to him. Wa tatawaradu bi tawarudi al khalki el jadidi wal faidi el madidi alehi. And that is an unceasing and constantly renewed creation pouring out abundantly upon him. Wa salaman yujari khadhihi salata fadhuhu wa fadluhu kamahuwa aluhu. And grant him peace in accordance with this blessing, as he is worthy of its abundance and favor. Wa Allah lihi shumusi samai el ulla. And upon his family, who are the sons of the heavens most high. Wa ashabihi watabi inawamantala, and upon his companions and followers and those who came after. Allahumma inahu seruka el jami'u el kuli el asrari. O Allah, surely he is your secret which unites all secrets. Wa naruka el wasiyu li jami'i el anwari, and your light which encompasses all lights. Wa daliluka di daluka dalubika aleka, and your guide who leads through you to you. Wa kaidu rakbi awalimika ileka, and the leader of your worlds who ride to you. Wa hijabuka el lazamu el kaimu laka baina yadaika, and your great veil who stands before you. Fa la yasilu wasilun ila hadratihi el maniati, so that no one reaches to you except through his noble presence. Wa la yatari kairun ila bianwarihi el amiati, and no straying person can be guided except by his shining lights. Allahumma al-hikni bi nasabihi ruhi. O Allah, join me to his spiritual line. Wa hakikni bi hasabihi subuihi, and make his praised noble descent true through me. Wa arifni iyahu marifatan ashadu biha muhayyadu, and let me know him, a knowledge with which I can witness his existence. Wa asiru biha majlahu, and I become his mirror. Kama yuhibuhu wa yahtahu, in the way that he likes and which pleases him. Wa aslamu biha min wurudi mawaridi el jali bi awarifihi, and through which I am freed from the sources of ignorance through his deep knowledge. Wa akra'u biha min waridi el faudli bi ma'arafihi, and I drink directly from the watering places of the bounty through his knowing. Wahmilni alla najaibi lutfika, and carry me on racing camels of your subtlety. Waraka ibi hananika wa atfika, and on carriers of your love and your tender mercy. Wasirbi fi sabalihi el kawimi, and lead me on his upright path. Wasiratihi el mustakimi ila hadratihi bi hadratika el kudsiyati, the straight path to his presence, which is connected to your holy presence. El mutabalijati bi tajaliyati mahasinihi el insiyati, and which shines with the revelations of his human virtues. Hamlan mahfufan bi junudi nusratika, a carrying surrounded by the soldiers of your victory. Mashuban bi awalimi usratika, accompanied by the worlds of your family. Waqdif bi ala el batili bi anwaihi fi jami'i bi ka'ihi, and use me to throw me like a stone upon falsehood in all its manifestations, in all its places. Fa'ad maguhu bil haki ala el wajihi el lahaki, so that I refute falsehood by the truth in the face of the most true. Wa zuja bi fi bihari el ahadiyati el muhitati bikuli murakabatin wa basitati, and plunge me into the seas of oneness which encompass the totality of things, both complex and simple. Wa inshulni min awali tahwidi ila fadai tafridi, and pull me out of the morass of metaphorical unity, of words and speech, into the unlimited freedom of uniqueness. El munazahi ani el itlaki wa takidi, which is beyond either freeing or limiting. Wa agrikni fi aini bahri el wadati shuhudan, and drown me in the spring of the sea of the unity of witnessing. Hata la ara wala asma'a wala ajida wala uhisa ila biha nuzulan wa su'udan, until I do not see and I do not hear and I do not sense and I do not feel except through it, while descending and while ascending. Kama huwa kadalika lam yazal wujudan, as it is and like this it never ceases to exist. Wajali lahuma dalika ladehi mamduhan wa indaka mahmudan. O Allah, make this commanded by him and praised by you. Wajali lahuma elijaba la azama hayata ruhi kashfan wa iyanan. O Allah, make the great veil the life of my spirit by unveiling and eye-witnessing. Idi el amru kadalika rahmatan minka wa hanan. Since the order is like this, a mercy from you and a kindness. Wajali lahuma ruhahu sira hakikati dahkan wa halan. And O Allah, make his spirit the secret of my reality through tasting and through state. Wa hakikatahu jamia awalimi fi majami ima alimi halan wa malan. And may his reality unify all my worlds in the places of knowledge, both now and forever. Wa hakikni bidalika alama hunalika, and make this true to me according to what is with you. Bi takiki el haka el awali wa lahiri wa dakhiri wal batini, by the realization of the first truth and the last truth, and the revealed and the hidden. Ya awalu falesa kablaka shayun. O first one, nothing comes before you. Ya akhiru falesa badaka shayun. O last one, nothing comes after you. Ya dakhiru falesa fakaka shayun. O revealed one, beyond you there is nothing. Ya batinu falesa dunaka shayun. O hidden one, beneath you there is nothing. Isma nidai fi bakai wa fanai bima samita bihi nidaa abdika Zakaria. Hear my calling in my subsistence and in my annihilation, even as you heard the calling of your slave Zechariah. Wajalni anka radiyan wa indanka mardiyan, and make me contented with you, and you contented with me. Wa insurni bika laka alla awalimi, el jini wal insi wal malaki, and help me by you and for you over the worlds of the jinn, the human beings, and the angels. Wa ayidni bika laka bitayi, diman salaka fam malaka waman malaka fa salaka, and strengthen me through you and for you as you strengthen those who travel on the way and who master it, and those who master it and return to travel it. Waj mabaini wa bainaka, and join me to you. Wa azil ani el aini gainaka, and remove your veil from my eye. Wa hulbaini wa baina garika, and place a barrier between me and between everything other than you. Wala takul baini wa bainaka, and let nothing come between me and you. Wajalni min a imati kairika wa marika, and make me one of the leaders of your goodness and caring. Okay, so we're almost done. Everybody go inside for a second. Just feel your heart. Okay, take a nice deep breath. So even if you don't understand or recognize the Arabic, um, feel the transmission, the light and the presence, if you will, that Mashish, from Mashish's spirit, there's an incredible force that comes through this poem. That's it. Good. Take another nice deep breath. Okay, millions of Shadaliya Sufis all over the world recite this poem on a daily basis. And there's a reason, because it carries the whole transmission of the path. And it basically is asking Allah, petitioning Allah to glorify and praise and send peace and blessings upon our Master Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam. And it invites the seeker to travel through Muhammad's spirit and to learn all of the amazing secrets that Allah and the angel Jibreel put inside the Prophet. That's it. Allahu Akbar. Good. Take another nice deep breath. Okay, and just know that the movement on this path, it happens through tasting, and it happens through not only your state, but your ability and your willingness to bow and surrender to the holy light of the One. And you can travel through Muhammad, you can travel through Jesus, you can travel through Moses, you can travel through Abraham. As Shadaliya Sufis, we believe that each of these prophets is a doorway into the One, into the unity. And that I believe this is the real essential teachings of the religion of Islam. And these teachings of the unity, they unite each of the major monotheistic religions. So I literally feel Jewish, I feel Christian, and I feel Muslim. And to me, that's the real Sufi. That we do not make a difference between the prophets, and we don't worship any of the prophets. We only worship Allah. So let me finish the poem, and then we can see if maybe we'll have time for a quick question or two. Allahu minhu badu el amri, From Allah the order begins. Allahu el-amru elayhi yaudu. And to Allah the order returns. Allahu wajibu el-wujud wa ma siwahu mafkud. Allah is the essential requisite of existence, and nothing exists that is not He. In aladi farada alayka el Qurana la raduka illa ma'adin. Surely He who ordained for you the Quran will bring you home again. Fi kuli kitirabin wabtiadin wantiadin waktiadin. In every approaching and every going away, in every standing up and every sitting down. Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmatan wa hayyi lana min amrina rashadan. O Lord, give us from you mercy and provide for us straightforwardness in our conduct. Wajalna mimani itarabika, and make us of those who are rightly guided. Fahada hatta la yaka'a mina nazarun illa alayka. So guided until no slightest glance falls upon anything that is not you. Wala yasiru bina watarun illa ilayka, until we have no desire except for you. Wasirbina fima ariji madariji, and guide us in the places of mounting up. In alaha wa malaikatahu yusaluna ala nabi. Verily Allah and His angels send prayers upon the Prophet. Ya yuhalladina amanu salu alayhi wa salimu tasliman. O you who believe, send your prayers upon him and greet him with your deep surrender. Allahumma fasali wa salim mina alayhi afdala salati wa atama taslima. O Allah, send your prayers upon him from us, the most befitting prayers, and greet him with the most perfect peace. Fa'ina la naktiru gadaru el-lazima, for surely we cannot estimate his great degree. Wala nudrika ma yaliku bihi mina el-itarimi wa tazimi, nor do we know what befits him of respect and glorification. Salawatullahi ta'ala wa salamuhu wa tayyahatuhu wa rahmatuhu wa barakatuhu ala sayyidina Muhammadin abdika wa nabiyika wa rasulika nabiyyi el-ummi'i wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa salim. The prayers of Allah, exalted is He, and His peace and His mercy and His blessings be upon our Master Muhammad, your slave and your prophet and your messenger, the unlettered prophet, and upon his family and his companions, peace. Adada Safi Warwatri wa Adada Kalimati Rabbana Tamati El Mubarakati, to the number of the even and the odd, and the complete and blessed words of our Lord and Sustainer. Amen. Good. So everybody go inside for a sec. Okay, feel that this is the one poem, the one teaching from Mashish, who was the master and guide of Shadowly, who founded this amazing path. Okay, know that really deep in your heart, any places of separation, of pain, of judgment, anything that keeps you apart from someone else, and we all have them, that these are the walls that need to come down inside of us so we can have the true and complete peace. and that, to arrive into this amazing sacred place we call the unity, the arrival does not come from our hand. The arrival comes through our deep surrender and our deep bowing and allowing or letting or somehow turning the whole thing over to Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens the doors and brings us close. So I hope you enjoyed the poem, and let's open it up, see if anyone has any questions or any comments.
The Sufi Center microphone is open.
I can't see if anyone has a hand up. Abdullah, can you see if anyone has a hand up?
It's best if people just speak up.
So, Abdullah, are you, as a group, are you getting ready to do zikr?
After the teaching, Rahim will do dhikr, yes.
Are you going to do al weird and then do zikr?
Typically, we just do the dhikr, the standing dhikr.
Okay, alhamdulillah. All right. So, do I have a few more minutes? Can I do a little bit more?
Absolutely.
All right. So, so everybody, go ahead and go inside. And when I say go inside, what that means is to close your eyes, drop into your heart. Know that everything that's going to change is going to change inside of you. And as you change, as your heart changes, the world is going to start to appear very differently. And sometimes the people who trigger us the most are going to be our greatest teachers, and they're going to provide us with the richest places to allow the light of God to work inside of our heart. So tune into the spirit of the poem for a sec, and the immense love that Mashish had for the Master Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam. And especially coming from a Jewish family, I had no idea who Muhammad was, and was in fact very resistant and wished it hadn't been, that Muhammad was not a part of this path. And now that I've come to know him a little bit, I'm incredibly grateful that Allah has introduced me to him, and that I get an inkling of his mercy and who he is. And so for those of you who don't know the Prophet, you can get to. And you can do it no matter what your religious background. Part of my understanding is, as students of Sufism, we want to get to know each of the prophets. And, what did Moses bring when he brought the law and the commandments down from the mountaintop? And what did Jesus bring as this incredible healer and giver of unconditional love? And what did Abraham bring as the upright prophet, and his teachings about following the law and not making idols? And then, of course, what did Muhammad bring with his entire life? And if you look at, these are, four of the major prophets. If you look at Siddi's book on stories of the prophets, if you study each of their lives, they have incredible wealth and knowledge for us in how to live today. And so what I'd like to do is I'll do a short little exercise. So everybody go ahead and go inside and think of one place in your life where you have some separation, either with another person, with something out in the world, that there's some part of Allah's creation that is challenging for you. Okay, and it may be just in your relationship with yourself. So go ahead and just think of some place where you're in pain, some place where you know there could be more love. Okay, let yourself just feel that for a sec. Okay, feel the pain or the weight that separation is, the effect that that's having on your heart. Okay, and by the way, just as an aside, if you're a new person or this path is relatively new, Wazifa is a very, very advanced teaching. Like, we don't actually teach that until the end of the second year or the third year in the university. So I hope I didn't put you off by reading that and doing both the Arabic and the English. That's a pretty high teaching. Okay, so go back to your heart, feel some place where you might be in some separation, or where you can feel that the love is not flowing. And we're going to do an exercise called Tauba, and it's 3 simple words. Okay, in Arabic, it's astaghfir Allah Alazim. Okay, so let's say that together. Astaghfir Allah Alazim. And there's 2 different translations. One is, Dear God, please forgive me. If you've hurt someone's heart, if you've made a mistake and you're trying to make up for it, Dear God, please forgive me for my mistake. Or the second translation is, Dear God, please wash this from me. Please take this pain from me. Okay, that's the one that works, at least used to work better for me. And what matters is to just repeat the tauba into the heart and then just observe what happens. All right, so everybody take a nice deep breath. Okay, and we're going to repeat these 3 words right into the place that hurts. Astaghfirullahaladzim, 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 astaghfirullahaladzim. Good, letting your heart open a little bit. Okay, letting some of the pain and some of the either irritation or sadness just begin to wash a little bit. Okay, know that it says in one of the holy books, what hit you could not have missed you. So what's important, if you can, is to go behind either the person that you're having some conflict with or the situation. Go behind it to try and see, what is Allah making? What is Allah trying to teach me through this situation? Why is Allah bringing this to me? Okay, what we tend to do is we think that we have our spiritual life over here, and then I have these distractions and these things going on in my daily life. If they just weren't there, then I could be holy, then I could be with Allah. Okay, it doesn't usually work like that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us through our life. And the universe is just like one giant mirror. And so if you think you've worked through an issue, if that issue is still showing up, it means you haven't completed the teachings. And you'll know because then that issue will come back, your heart will be clean, the situation won't stick, and Bismillah, you'll be through it. All right, good, good. So dropping deeper back inside. Okay, maybe a layer has washed. We'll do one more short layer. We're just about at an hour, so we'll just do a few more minutes. Okay, going back inside to the place where your heart was feeling some judgment or some upset. Okay, know that Allah is the real healer, that the light of Allah and the mercy of Allah and the compassion of Allah can heal anything. I've seen it. I've seen people heal from cancer, from AIDS, from depression, from potential divorce. I have seen true miracles happen in people's lives. Good. Really opening your heart to the light of Allah. Allah, my beloved Lord, my beloved God, I call to you now on behalf of these holy beloveds. Allah, I ask that you give to them, that you heal them, that you guide them, that you protect them, my Lord. Protect their hearts and their spirits, their families, their homes, their properties, their children. Protect their entire lives, my Lord. Amen. 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 Bismillah. Bismillah. Good. Let's do one more round. Astaghfirullahaladzim. 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 Good. Letting the light of Allah move through you. Letting it wash your heart, your mind, your body. Okay, really trusting in Allah. Allah is good, and Allah loves you and knows you personally. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Bismillah. Good. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so for any of you who got some benefit from this, the practice practice, the name of the practice is Tauba Astaghfir Allah Al-Azim. Our Sufi guide City says that every station begins with Tauba, and it's our magic eraser on the Shadaliya Sufi path. So I want to thank you very much for having me as a guest. Abdullah, thank you very much for the invite. And I
Thank
hope
you,
that,
Rahim, for being with us. And
yes,
microphone is open in Minnesota for those that would like to express their thanks for Rahim.
thanks everybody. Have a beautiful zikr, and I look forward to being with you again.
Thank you, Rahim. Assalamu alaikum.
All right. Alaikum salam. Bye-bye.